South Africans, brace yourself because there's a new bakkie in town and it's the GWM P-Series P500. Now in this video, I'm going to take it for a drive. We're going to chat to Mr. How Much, get his opinion, drive it on some beautiful South African roads, check out some of its really cool features and see how it stands against some of South Africa's strongest bakkies. And here it is, the P500, sitting at the top of the P-Series range, not replacing the current P-Series, but rather an addition to a very successful range for GWM. And this thing looks damn good. And it's available in two different engine options, this hybrid setup, as well as a diesel engine, which I see being the most popular of the two. Now, we weren't able to test this one, but I'm pretty sure I'll get a chance to drive it in the future. So this launch video is all about the 2-litre hybrid. And we really got to stretch its legs on some of the most beautiful roads and passes in South Africa. Now, this was part of the Tank 500 launch as well, so there'll be a separate video for that. But this one is all about the P-Series P500. Okay, so we've just jumped out of the Tank 500, we've had some lunch, and we're now hopping into the P500. So this is the P-Series' Big Daddy. Essentially, it's now going to be the top of the range P500 that you can hop into. What you would notice, which I'll obviously show you guys on screen, yes, this is actually the first bakkie in South Africa to have a sliding panoramic sunroof. So there's one of the big game-changing moments for them. But otherwise, from an interior point of view, this is pretty much identical to what you're going to see inside of the Tank. Barring a few small tweaks and some options that you don't get in here that you do get there, but otherwise it's pretty similar, and the drive is also very different. So this is more of a bakkie drive and a bakkie sensation, and a bakkie suspension is what you're going to feel here. So it's a lot more harder than what you'll feel in the Tank 500. That's obviously set up for a more comfortable, leisurely drive, and it is actually very, very comfortable here.
It is. You'd almost think it's an air suspension.
Yeah, we asked the question, but it's not.
But it's not, yeah.
But yeah, what's your first impressions of this P500?
Looks good. You know, they're always impressed with features. Everything is here. We have a sunroof, guys, a panoramic sunroof in a bakkie. This is all I've been crying for, so I'm happy to see that. All the features you could want are here: adaptive cruise control, lane keeping. Yeah,
big screens.
Big screen. There's ambient lighting from what I'm seeing. I'll confirm in the evening, but yeah, looks good. Drive.
Yeah, I mean, from a drive point of view, so this has got the 2-litre turbocharged hybrid setup. So combined, you're getting about 255 kilowatts and 648 newton meters of torque. I think it's the same setup in the Tank 300. I mean, I could be corrected, but I think it's the same.
Yeah.
And I mean, you don't feel like, I put my foot down now.
Yeah.
You can't necessarily say you're feeling that huge amount of power.
How many kilowatts did we say?
255.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like 255.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It doesn't at all.
That's what the engine puts out, but obviously this is a very big and very heavy car. So I don't think you're going to feel what you're expecting to feel from it. What I am excited to test out when it does come out in probably a few months time too, is the turbo diesel version of this, which is I think a 2.4 or a 2.5 turbo diesel, and I think you're going to get a lot more grunts out of that.
Yeah, I think they should focus on the diesels personally. I'm okay with hybrid, but for our market, I don't know, especially in a bakkie.
Yeah, and it's just over R1 million for this.
And it also makes it heavier, so
all the batteries and stuff, it does. Yeah,
it does. Yeah, so yeah, I think they should just focus on the diesel. But apart from that, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Pricing, yeah, we'll leave that to you guys to decide. But yeah, it's not cheap.
It's not cheap.
It's not cheap.
And weirdly, there's a lot of P-shaped things. Now that does sound very strange when I say that, but I mean P for like P500 and P-Series, like
this is the key.
And the key. So that's the key. You'll see it on the front, you'll see it, I think it's on the back too. It's also the center shape of the steering wheel. So there's a lot of P's all over.
Pushing P.
There you go.
But yeah, there's a lot going on here.
But yeah, well, that's it from driving it for now. I'll carry on with the rest of the video. And then taking a look at the exterior of this GWM P500 Brute. Front and center is this huge chrome grille that takes up almost the entirety of the front end. You've got some really cool looking headlights, LED daytime running lights, and directional fog lights. You've got diamond cut wheels, color-coded wheel arches, side steps, roof rails, and, as I mentioned, for the first time on a Bakkie in SA, a panoramic sliding sunroof. And then coming around the back of the car, here is the load bin, and surprisingly, it's got 24 different cargo anchor points in the back there. So you'll never have an issue finding a place to tie something down. And then coming around the rear of the car, you've also got some LED rear tail lights which really pop at night, as you can see here. But its biggest showpiece has to be the functionality of this tailgate, because once you get up to the P logo, press the button, it actually splits open. So it makes it a lot easier to get into your bin without having to actually stretch over the tailgate. But if you want to open it up normally, you press it and hold it just like that, and now it comes down like a traditional tailgate. How cool is that? So what do you guys think of the exterior design of this P500? Do you think it oozes enough of that American styling and that big Ford F-150 that we've been craving? And the best thing about driving this car on these different trails and passes is that we were able to actually see what the car felt like on dirt roads, on gravel roads, on tar roads, and all of the comfort that we spoke about earlier. And thanks to the different drive modes, you were obviously able to change how you want the car to feel while you're driving. So putting it in Eco then changes it to two-wheel drive, but putting it into Sport and every other drive mode, it then puts it into four-wheel drive, giving you a lot more confidence in your driving. You've also got low range as well as the option to lock your differential. So the sky's the limit. And then taking a look into the interior, you can see that this is now modern, minimalist, but definitely full of technology and a step up from the current P-Series. Digital displays in front of the driver, as well as a huge tablet infotainment style display there too, that allows you to manage your different car settings, 360 camera, as well as wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And then below your infotainment, you've got some quick access buttons there for your hazards, as well as your climate control, wireless phone charging, and all the buttons and dials that you need for your seat comfort, differentials, drive modes, and all of that. And as mentioned earlier, you do have a sliding panoramic sunroof, the first of its kind in a Bakkie in South Africa. Now, these seats are supportive, they're comfortable, they're electronic adjustable, they're heated, they're ventilated, they're everything, as well as massaging. And then coming around the rear, I love how this door actually hugs the back of the cabin. I think it looks really cool, very sleek. And once you open it, you'll find yourself a little secret compartment that I'm not sure what you can put in there, but obviously you can put something in, and when the door's closed, it'll keep it in and no one can access it. So you've got that. Now, these rear seats are also very comfortable. The passengers in the rear also have heated seats and ventilated seats. And not only that, but these seats are also electronically adjustable. So you've got a little lever down there that if you press it, you can see the seats move forward. And when it moves forward, they slightly decline. So your levels of comfort for your passengers in the rear are really unmatched. And now the question is, with the pricing, the technology, the comfort, the level of premiumness, and everything you get for this car, how does it actually match up and sits within its competitor group? Well, let me quickly take you through that. So from a sizing point of view, this is how it compares to the Hilux and the Ranger. So from a length, width, height, and wheelbase point of view, it's bigger in every aspect. But how does it fare compared to pricing? Well, if you look at the size of the cars on the bottom and the pricing on the left-hand side, this tells a story. And something else to take into account is all of these safety features that come standard in this top-of-the-range hybrid version. And then a quick recap on the pricing, including those diesel versions, starting from 799,000 going up to 1 million rand. Now, if you're in the market or want to get yourself a GWM Tank 500 or the new P500, then go check one out on changecars.co.za. They're a website that sells new and used cars, but the best thing about them is that they vet and check every single dealership that sells cars on their website. So you know exactly who they are and what they're selling, making sure that the quality of cars you're getting is always of the highest standard. Their website is also a good thing for everything automotive. So you can go and watch car reviews, you can also go and read articles, you can do financial things, like even going to see what you can afford per month through their finance calculator. And if you've got a quote from any dealership that's not on Change Cars, bring it to them, and not only will they match it, but they'll beat it too. So go check out changecars.co.za. They've got a lot to offer there, and they're also a proud partner of Greg Dennis Reviews. So head to the comment section and let me know what you guys think of the new GWM P-Series P500. Is the pricing on point compared to all of the features and everything you get for this car? What do you think the size of it, and how does it compare to the rest of the Bakkies in the segment? And with a warranty that's 7 years, 200,000 kilometers, and a 5-year, 75,000 kilometer service plan, and with an 8-year, 150,000 kilometer high voltage battery system warranty, do you think you're getting a bargain when getting the P500, or do you still need a little bit more convincing? Thank you so much for watching this video on the launch of the new GWM P-Series P500. I hope I was able to give you as much info as humanly possible, but until I get it on test, I'll then be able to give you a full in-depth review and what it's like to live with from a day-to-day point of view. So thanks for watching this review, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you want to see more videos like this and other car-related content. And until then, I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.